shed your bright light on me, so I can direct my life in the way I can see. Well now, my friend, you know it's really not that easy. You may find what I say hard and on easy. It takes a whole lot of guts and heart to hear the truth. The world has gotten itself untoed and untooed. Free man, we all are. Freedom's for free.
They're asking you for ID for walking in a public space? Yeah?
It's actually under the Public Works Protection Act, okay?
Okay.
Anyone within this perimeter.
So by law you can ID anybody you want?
Yes, that's right. Can I have your ID, please?
I refuse to give you my ID.
Okay. You're gonna have to identify yourself to me, sir.
Okay, I'm a person?
No, I
That
need to see your ID.
Right.
Yeah.
I know, but what does it change if I show you government ID with a picture on it?
Listen. Right, I explained it to you. You're within a public works protection area, okay?
Yeah.
Under that act, you have to identify yourself.
So if I show you my ID, are you going to write down my information?
Yes, I will.
So everybody that comes through here, do you write down their information?
Listen, I need to see your ID.
It's not that you need to ID me.
Yes, I do.
No, it's against my rights. I don't have to show you.
You gotta understand what I know and didn't see it. Lose your mind and body for their well-being. They make it seem it's the same little.
Listen, okay, this is the way it happens, okay? If you don't identify yourself to me, then under that act, I'm gonna have to arrest you.
Arrest me for not showing ID.
That's right. So I need to see your ID right now.
So what if I came out right now and if I didn't have ID? Like, look at these people that are walking by us at the same time that you're asking me for ID.
Listen.
Yeah, because I'm taking a picture of what's going on while the cameras are on us, the public. But we can't film, see what's going on.
I've explained it to you already.
So these people are walking by. Do you guys have ID? You're all supposed to have ID to show the police. They're gonna arrest me for not showing ID.
Are you gonna provide ID to me?
No, I want to actually document this. I'm a documentary filmmaker.
I need your ID.
I can show you my ID, yes.
Okay, then show it.
But I refuse to, and you're forcing me from my own free will to show ID.
Under duress.
Under duress, here, this. So I want to document this stuff. This is out of hand. Of course I can show ID, but I refuse to. This is interrogation. These are against my freedoms of rights as a person, God-given rights.
Have either of you guys been in trouble with the police before?
Never, I don't have to go on a record.
What about you?
Yeah. I have a possession charge.
Okay.
But I see, this is a segregation of me having a camera. You see, and there's other people that are walking by at the same time. Well, I don't get ID'd. See that? I get ID'd and everybody else is free to walk because we have cameras. But they installed 77 cameras in the city of Toronto with this high security fence against us. Segregation of people, of rights, of humanity, of freedom. So we have to be against this. We have to speak out about it because we're not going to be terrorized. We're not terrorists. You understand? They went to wars based on false acquisitions. They got weapons of mass destruction. They never found nothing. And now these leaders that are instilling these wars are coming to our city, closing it down. So what do we got to do? We got to stand up for our rights, and we can't let them decimate us, you know, and ID us wherever we go. There's no prison grid in Toronto, but this is what they're treating us like, you know? We have freedom of speech. This is what we have in this country, which I love. It's called Canada. You think you want to see this coming to Canada, where you're getting ID'd and spot checked everywhere you go? Am I a terrorist? I guess I am, because they assume that everybody else is a suspect before proven innocent. Just doing a daily walk in the city of Toronto. So they can have all their cameras, 77 cameras looking at us, but when we point it on them, then they interrogate us. That's the psychological aspect of it.
dad told me, if someone calls you a horse, stand like a man before they go shopping for a saddle. This G20 stuff that we see happening, that to me is the police of Canada calling the people of Canada a horse. And it looks to me like they're going shopping for a saddle. And if we do not stand as a people and let them know that this is simply unacceptable, and use the law to our advantage and let them know what we can do with it, well, then all of the rights and freedoms that were so hard fought for by previous generations will be lost to the eager ignorance of the protectors. Well, in the G20, what we saw there was rather disturbing, wasn't it? I didn't like it at all. What I saw essentially was a military organization conducting testing of their command, control, and communications networks. They were also doing a number of other tests. It struck me essentially as someone putting in place or testing their ability to put in place clear tools to be used later in order to turn Canada into a police state. They were testing the arrestability and their tactics when it came to arresting people. They were testing the docility and of the arrestees and the protesters, as well as the apathy of the general public concerning these incredibly opprobrious actions. They were testing their planning and their setup, and they were testing to see just how much they could deny people and the effects of denial of basic needs such as water and toilet paper. They were testing to see how long people would put up having their hands cuffed behind their backs with zip straps, 8 hours, no water, hands zipped behind your backs, in a cage for no reason. Yeah, they were also testing other things. They were testing the willingness and ability of police officers from all across Canada to follow clearly unlawful orders. They were enforcing the supposed regulation under a certain act, which they claimed provided an ability to arrest anyone who did not produce government-issued ID upon demand. No such regulation exists, and they knew it. Now, maybe some of them didn't, but if they didn't, they should know the law well enough to know that it was a clearly unlawful thing, and it was a clearly unlawful order which they happily enforced, conducting absolutely no due diligence. They've demonstrated that cops across the country, they're just like wild dogs who'll do whatever they say, and they don't care about the law, they don't care about the restrictions on their power. They just want to do whatever they can, and they will even be cruel to their fellow man in doing it. Someone had to lock them in the cages. Someone had to put the zip straps on them and deny them the water. For what purpose? Why did they accept these orders when they know, or they should have known, it was unlawful? A little due diligence would have revealed that that section of that statute, or the regulations under that statute, gave them no such power. But they failed to do due diligence. And therefore, enforcing unlawful orders like that is in fact a criminal act. This is what scares me. Someone told them, hey, don't worry about the courts. Why would they tell them that? Do they think they've got the courts all sewn up and that justice can no longer be found there? Have they forgotten that we as people have the right and the power to bring private prosecutions against anyone who commits acts of extortion or abduction under the color of law? The other thing, look at the chilling effect that this has on anyone who wishes to exercise their democratic rights to seek redress from the government in the form of protest. Reporters being shut down and shut up and punched in the face, told that they talk too much. This is what happened in Toronto. How many people are going to go back for that? Plus, they spent $1 billion for the security. Not all of